What up, dogs? My name is James, and my co-hosts are Abraham and Karlton. And welcome to Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat. In the 1980s to the 2000s, American entertainment saw a shift from analog to digital with the rise of cable television, music videos, and home video, while also experiencing the emergence of independent cinema and globalized market for American movies and music. Here's a more detailed look at the evolution of American entertainment in these 2 decades. During the 1980s, they had a cable television boom, MTV and music videos, home video market, blockbuster films, indie cinema emerges, global expansion, music, games, and talk radio. While in the 1990s, they had continued cable expansion, globalization of entertainment, digital revolution, independent film success, rise of reality TV, music evolution, video games, and television impacts on family life.
As a mean of communication intended to reach the general audience, the history and mass media dates back to prehistoric times with cave drawings. Most countries have a long history of oral traditions such as dramas, ancient Greece, and poets of the ancient shrines in the Punjab region of Pakistan. Early inhabitants of the Philippine Islands and Korea used songs and epic stories to convey a record events and the meaning of events. During the medieval period, books and other publications were handwritten. In the 15th century, Johannes Gutenberg developed a movable type printing press, meaning it's possible to produce printed material more efficiently. In 1810, the German printer Friedrich Koenig increased the speed with which printed media could be produced by attaching a steam engine to a printing press. This increased efficiency enabled the rise of popularity of daily newspaper and magazines as ways through which citizens acquired news. Okay, Karlton, can you talk about the medieval timeline?
The human needed to communicate and develop connections with others caused the evolution of mass media. The following media timeline illustrates the transformation of human communication from cave drawings to social media.
How did the yuppie culture evolve during the 1980s, Karlton?
In the 1980s, the yuppie culture emerged as a symbol of young urban professionals focused on career advancement, financial success, and a lavish lifetime, often seen as a stark contrast to the countercultural ideas of the previous decades. James, can you tell us about the video games during the 1980s?
Video games often reflect shifts in the economy, changing family dynamics, and shaping others' cultural trends and tastes. Mainly arcades were more popular, which was a bigger society impact, shaping others' cultures that made culture more sparkling with excitement, which may concern younger generations about their effects on them. The video game industry had good growth until they faced challenges after the 1983 game crash, which led to a shape-up in the markets and the rise of Nintendo. The rise of new modes of entertainment shaped cultural values, sparked social change, influenced trends, and shows a record of collective experience of their cultural evolution. It shows individuals' reflection of their own understandings of their cultural background and shows their perception and interactions with others. The simplicity of a fast-paced game with simple gameplay and high scores became very popular with games such as Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, Dr. Mario, Dragon Quest IV, Final Fantasy III, Phantasy Star 2, and Super Mario World, along with new titles such as Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light and Magic Sword. Alright AJ, tell us about the mechanics of video games.
The mechanic design philosophy which made Ocarina of Time on November 21, 1998 a combination of innovative gameplay, storytelling, and technical achievements. It was claimed by critics and customers alike to praise the visuals, sounds, gameplay, and writing, which made it ranked numerous publications as the greatest video game of all time. It was the highest rated game agriculture mechanic. It offers interactivity that lets players interact with the world and with non-players, and they can shape their narrative direction, which is dependent on their engagement. It offers the player to immerse gameplay that is to interact and allow them to participate in narrative and shape their own stories. It pushed their creativity by adding hardware that they would need to turn it on and to perform their task with storage and processing, and software helps the game telling it what to do. Pushed their boundaries by creating a thriving global industry which generates $1 billion in revenue. Okay, Karlton, what were the fundamental rules about video games?
The fundamental rules and system that define how a game works and how players interact with it are what differentiate games and create distinct experiences, from basic actions like jumping to complex systems like resource management, game mechanics that rules and systems that govern player interactions, and gameplay having expanded from simple rule sets to include complex systems, diverse and ultimately shaping the depths and complexity of modern games. Once upon a time, social exchanges involved conversation around the kitchen table, on the front porch, over the back fence, and the telephone's party line. Western Union was the original Twitter. Mail was sent by letter that went through the postal system, and news was published in print media. The advance of the radio and television sped things up. Later, the internet came, connecting people on the World Wide Web, and everything changed again. Okay, James, tell us about social media and during the years of 1980s to 1990s.
Alright, social media now refers to web-based applications that promote the creation and the exchange of user-generated content. Social media's range is global, with its scope of topic and type of user virtual unlimited. Social media includes internet sites such as Meta's Facebook and Instagrams, X formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, Yelp, and countless blogs. Social media has become a vast informal network on online venues, public and private, paid subscription, and free, large and small. Decades have passed, but the 1980s and the 1990s are still alive and kicking. Examples abound, especially in popular culture. In 2023, the first season of That 90s Show aired, with the second one on its way. A year earlier, Netflix released Dirty Land and show about the burgeoning telephone sex industries in the late 1980s and the Netherlands. What is more, over the past few years, no fewer than 5 Dutch television programs have focused on the final 2 decades of the 20th century. In one way or another, all these shows also deal with media and technologies that were popular back then, such as videotapes and the Tamagotchi. Alright, AJ, talk about the media and also the rise of video games.
The media has changed a lot over time. In the past, people have received information through books, newspapers, and radios. But now, with the new TV technologies, we can watch TV shows, use the internet, and even explore virtual reality. The rise of arcade games, home consoles, and mobile gaming, with emergence of online and e-sport culture. The console era was characterized by technology that was made in 3D and multimedia platforms that made powerful hardware enabling complex graphing. News.google.com/newspaper has all the information you need to see about the past and present.
Alright guys, thanks for tuning in with Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat. Subscribe to Jack Badkey for our following podcasts. Later, motherfucker.